Starting off this DIY with 2 clear bowls from the Dollar Tree. And I'll be making a coffee table with these bowls. I'll be using a clear adhesive to glue the bowls together. I'll be making 8 of this set. Now for this coffee table, I'm going to be having 4 of the set that I have just made now at the bottom and then 4 at the top. They'll be separated with the round board that will be covered with mirror reflective paper. And I'm using this board in between them just so that it will be much more sturdy and to make sure that all the bowls will be together when it's being moved. I'm gonna let this set overnight, and then all I did was just to place a round wide mirror on top of it. And you have a DIY quick and easy coffee table. And for the next DIY, I got clear serving spoons. Now because the Dollar Tree that I went to does not have all of the types that I wanted, I got 2 different clear types of serving spoons. Each pack has 2 serving spoons inside. And I'll be using 8 packs of this type. And 7 packs of the other one. In order for me to get clean cuts, I'm going to be using a jigsaw to cut off the parts that I don't need. The blade I'm using is meant for metals, but it can also be used to cut plastic. If you're new to my channel, it's so great to have you here. Now don't forget to click on the subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. I know a lot of you are probably wondering why I am cutting like this. Yes, I don't have a workshop yet. I have just my craft room and I don't want to have it all cluttered with a lot of things because I don't use my jigsaw a lot. I did not really create a space for it. I mean like a cutting station. I don't really have a cutting station, but I am definitely making plans on having a bigger space for my work. I kept aside the parts that I cut off because I just might use them for another project. Now here are the pieces that I have, and these are the ones that I'm going to be spray painting gold. They have a different kind of pattern at the bottom, so I'm going to use it for my project. This is a 12 inches embroidery hoop that I'm going to be using for the project. I cut it into two first and then cut the other half into another smaller piece. And then I took a 6 inches embroidery hoop and cut a small piece out of it to make it flow with the rest of the design. Now for the second piece in the middle, instead of using pieces of a cutout from a 12 inches hoop, I would recommend using half of a 10 inches hoop, just to make it have a more rounder shape. This is a leftover plastic sheet of mine from another project, and I got a whole sheet from Home Depot, and I use it a lot for my DIYs. This will be attached together with a cutout hoop. Here's a board that I got from Walmart a while back, and it's a chalkboard. Now I'll be using this board and cutting it down to size and attaching the cutout hoop inside. You can also use a canvas panel or a light board, whichever one that's easily accessible to you. I'm using a plastic sheet instead of a regular poster board because it's hard and it will be able to hold the weight of the spoons. I'll be making 3 of these according to the sizes of the hoops that I had cut earlier. I'll be covering the boards and the plastic sheets with gold contact paper, and the link for all the items that I used in this DIY is going to be down in the description box below. I did not attach the gold contact paper to the first piece because I'm going to be touching it a lot during the project, so that's going to be last. This is a piece of wood that I'm going to be attaching all of the 3 pieces to it. I'll be using a strong adhesive and a hot glue gun to attach the 3 designs to the piece of wood. To make it easy for me, I'm going to be attaching the first one and making sure that all of the spoons have been attached on it first before then attaching the second pattern at the bottom, and then going on and on before I get to the 3rd pattern. This is going to make it so much easier to have the spoons attached to the patterns without having any obstructions at the bottom. I will lift up the spoons, as you can see here. Now they're going to be resting on the hoop that I have inside the plastic sheet. Now you see why I had to use a hoop inside the plastic sheet. That is just so that it would be able to hold the weight of the spoons for this design. Even if this is going to be mounted on the wall, you don't want the spoons sagging down. And to avoid that, the hoop that's inside the plastic sheet is going to make it straight and upward. I cut off the excess parts that's by the side to give the design a better look. To hold the cutout spoons at the last pattern here at the bottom, I actually attached a piece of wood on the inside to make sure that the spoons stay upright. I do apologize for not showing that because I couldn't find the clip. This is definitely an error on my part, and I apologize again for that. I cut off the excess part here as well, like I did for the one at the top. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to be covering this upper part here with gold contact paper. I'll be using this lighting for the project, and it has a place here where you can turn it on and off. So I'm going to mount it in such a way that I have easy access to turn it on and off. Now I would have used a remote control push light, but I decided to just use something else for this project. Now here's a recommendation. This was the lighting that I was supposed to use before, but it's for a different project and I had just one. So if you guys are interested, you can get this one and use it for this project, and the link for it is going to be down in the description box below. All the lights can be connected together, and it also comes with a fuse that you can actually plug to an electrical outlet. I'll be mounting what I made with command strips that can hold up to 16 pounds. Here's what it looks like with the lights off, and what it looks like with the lights on. Like I said before, I mounted this in such a way that my hand can go in to turn the lights on and off. You can easily use push lights that comes with the remote, or the recommendation that I had shown you guys earlier. Who knew the Dollar Tree spoons can look this pretty on a wall? For the next DIY, I'll be making use of this clear bowl that I got from the Dollar Tree and some toys from the toy section. I'll be making a DIY planter with these. I'll be making holes at these points using a heat gun. I'm using this because I couldn't find my soldering iron, so I'll recommend using the soldering iron instead. When I was done with this, I took it out and I spray painted just the inside white. Because I spray painted the inside white, I still have the glossy look showing on the outside, and this is the white spray paint that I used. To make this planter pop, I decided to add Christmas ornament balls that I got from the Dollar Tree. And these are in gold, but they come in other colors, but I prefer gold. I'm going to be removing the parts that I don't need and then gluing the Christmas ornament balls around what I just spray painted. I spray painted these gold, but they were not shiny enough. And if you see it, besides the gold ornament balls, you can see that it looks kind of dull. So I'm going to be covering some parts with gold contact paper. Now that I have these all covered, I'll be inserting them in the holes that I made in the bowl. And when I had a proper balance, I used glue just to keep them in place. And then after that, I'm going to be using this tight foam that I got from Home Depot. This not only seals off all the openings, it's also a filler, and I now have an easy way to actually put in my faux flowers. If you want to use real plants in this, then you're going to have to use a strong construction adhesive instead of the tight foam. Thank you all so much for watching. I have other home decor DIY videos that are linked in the description box below to check them out. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button.